Paris attacker previously flagged as extremist. An apparent terror attack at one of Paris' most storied landmarks has forced an early end to campaigning in Sunday's presidential election, but the murder of a cop on the Champs-Élysées could have a huge effect on the race even as candidates are silenced. The police officer was shot in the head Thursday by a reported Islamic radical known to authorities in what appears to be the latest terror attack in the City of Lights. With Sunday's first round voting pitting hardliner Marine Le Pen against a crowded field of 11 that includes a Republican, a centrist and a socialist, the event is likely to bolster National Front nominee Le Pen, say experts. I think this election is sufficiently unstable that it could still move things, Bruno Jeanbert, head of political studies at Pollster Opinionway, told Bloomberg News. Marine Le Pen is notably one to watch. Le Pen, Republican Francois Fillon, centrist Emmanuel Macron and socialist Benoît Hamon cancelled Friday events and released statements vowing to get tough on terror. But Le Pen's pledge is likely to ring truer than most, as the 48-year-old attorney has made combating Islamic radicalism the cornerstone of her campaign. Marine Le Pen is notably one to watch. Because our country is at war, the response must be global total, Le Pen said Friday in a statement in which she criticized sitting President Francois Hollande as weak and inadequate on terror. Le Pen, already the front-runner in round 1, is expected to make it to a May 7 runoff, in which she would likely face either Mélenchon or Fillon. 0415 Le Pen expand/contract. Thursday's attack took place as the candidates appeared on a television news program. Although campaigning was stopped due to the incident, their appearance offered a unique opportunity for voters to see their immediate reactions. Le Pen repeated calls for a crackdown on radical Islam, which Macron pronounced nonsense. Fillon called for greater cooperation with Russia and Iran, and Mélenchon warned that France must not give in to violence. Although the attack claimed only the lives of police officer and the killer, whose name were not immediately available, terror has been on the minds of the French. At least the January 2015 attack on the offices of Charlie Hebdo, the satirical magazine targeted after mocking Islam, left a dozen dead. That was followed later in the year by coordinated attacks that killed 130 in Paris. Several other attacks, including the shocking murder of a priest in his church in Normandy and a truck attack in Nice that killed 84. File. In this Monday, March 13, 2017 file photo, French conservative presidential candidate Francois Fillon presents his program in Paris. Fillon has been given preliminary charges in an investigation into taxpayer-funded jobs for his wife and children they allegedly never performed. Why Tuesday, March 14, 2017. App photo/Francois Maury. File. Expand/contract. Fillon, a conservative, has also called for a crackdown on radical Islam. Associated Press. Fillon's position is closest to Le Pen's, offering voters the possibility of a tough-on-terror choice without the far-right association Le Pen carries, in part due to the fact her extremist father founded the party. We are in a war that will last. The enemy is powerful, its networks are deep, its accomplices live among us, Fillon said. Some don't seem to have understood the depth of the evil that's attacking us, and that I intend to combat with an iron fist. On Friday, French investigators were searching a home believed to be linked to the attack. Two police officials said the chief suspect in the fatal attack was a 39-year-old man from a suburb east of the French capital. Officials said the assailant was armed with an automatic firearm akin to a war weapon. The suspect's name was not publicly released. ISIS claimed responsibility for the attack and gave up pseudonym for the shooter, Abu Yusuf al-Belgiki, indicating ties to Belgium or had lived in Belgium. The attacker opened fire on a police van on the avenue before being killed. Two other police officers were killed in the attack, which ended when cops shot and killed the suspect. Paris' iconic Champs-Élysées Boulevard is reopen and picking up its usual early morning routine Friday. Delivery trucks were making their rounds. Traffic was going up and down the famous tree-lined street and police barriers have been taken down. While candidates will be sidelined from the campaign trail, the attack looms large as the vote approaches. President Trump even weighed in, tweeting on Friday that the attack will have a big effect on presidential election.